dedicated to empowering you with information,
to make positive choices,
and be advocates for your overall well-being.
Welcome to The Health View.
Welcome to The Health View. I'm Yvonne Dunetz, and our topic today is about music together and how it supports early brain development. Research indicates that besides being a basic life skill and expresses art form, music is good for the brain, especially the young child's brain, which is developing at a rapid rate during the infant and preschool years. In a Music Together class, infants are taking in the joy of people making music all around them in a wide variety of modes and rhythms, while toddlers and preschoolers are experimenting with their own music making and following the lead of the adults and older children in class. In each 8 or 10-week session, parents and their other caregivers learn techniques to foster an enriched music environment at home and ways to create a lasting bond with their children through music. Basic music competence, moving with accurate rhythm and singing in tune, is learned through play, repetition, and experimentation. Freedom is encouraged within a structured set of developmentally appropriate activities involving movement and props, such as rhythm instruments, streamers, hoops, scarves, and more. While all types of learning styles are respected and included, multicultural traditional music, along with music composed especially for this research-based program, provides a wide variety of rhythms, tones, and modes and styles so that the musical patterns learned are varied and rich. This wide palette of musical styles contribute to the child's future ability to be more creative with music and with patterns in general, such as those used in math and art. In fact, research has indicated that music activities combined with movement involve more areas of the brain than any other one activity, helping children grow cognitively, emotionally, and physically. My guest today is Amy Conley. She has her master's in education, and she is a performer and teacher of music living in Milford, New Hampshire. For over 30 years, she has created and worked in a variety of musical settings with all ages, from infants to seniors. Her programs always involve singing, several instruments, and fun. Amy directs Music Together of Milford and Nashua and started Ukulele Revolution in Milford. She travels around New Hampshire and beyond to present ukulele workshops and sing-along concerts with guitar, banjo, and ukulele. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you so much for having me.
So how did you get involved with being a teacher of this wonderful program, Music Together?
Yeah, this Music Together program has been around for over 35 years, and I got involved about 21 years ago when I saw an ad in Mothering magazine, and it said, I don't remember what it said. It was 21 years ago. But it was a very nice ad that included, a parent and a child and music. And I thought, oh, that looks interesting, because at the time I was a preschool music specialist working in many, many preschools in the Boston area. And this looked like a great program that I could do anywhere. You can set up a Music Together program anywhere you like, as long as you get the license to do so in your area. And I thought this would be a nice program because I was doing things on my own, and I wanted an organization that I could trust, that had the good research behind it. It had materials like these materials that we use here. Should I pick that up?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing classes on my own with parents and children, but I was spending hours and hours at Staples, Xeroxing music all the time and, writing music and things. And I thought this would be a lot easier than doing that. So Music Together has these great materials for parents and kids to have at home. The children can look at the book with their parents. They can see the songs. They can see the pictures. They can talk about the pictures. They can read the lyrics and get to know the songs better, so that when they come to class, they can sing along more. The parents can sing along more now that they've had some experience with practicing the music at home. And for the children, it bridges the school and home. These materials bridge the school and home experience, so that it's not just music once a week, but it's music that can be carried into the home and really bloom with the family.
I understand that the curriculum is developed over a period of 3 years related to how it is shared with parents and their children. Can you explain further about that?
Sure. It's a non-sequential curriculum, which means you can start any time in the 3-year cycle, but because there's a 3-year cycle, there's 9 different collections of music, so that for 3 years, you're getting different music every season. So I teach, 9-week sessions in the fall, the winter, the spring, and the summer. And we always have new music for those. And that can go for 3 years without getting the same music. You know what I mean?
So for each class, you get new books and new
Each session.
CDs?
Yeah,
Very
each
good.
season. Yeah, there's a new book and CD for each season. So most people, keep their child in the program for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then usually they're on to, school or something like that. But I do get parents who come back and back and back with more children. They might leave for a semester or two, and then they come back. They might have another baby. They come back. So, they come and go. The families come and go. But there's a lot of music to share.
And developmentally, what do you see happening related to the children in this process? They start at an early age. How old?
They can start any time. The classes are for birth to 5, so we have mixed age groups in the class. There aren't many 5-year-olds because many of those children are, really in more of a school program. But I have children as young as, newborns, a couple months old, come with a sibling, or if someone's having their first baby, they might come at 5 or 6 months. Or they might not find out about music development until, the child is 1 or 2 years old, and then they'll be like, oh, I should, try this music class. So children come at any age. It's non-sequential, but each class is a full 45 minutes of music experience, where they're experiencing music, live music on instruments, live singing with the group. The parents and children are all singing together. Movement, we do movement in the class. We do dances. We have a lot of things to dance with, props and scarves and bells and streamers, and lots of different instruments like drums, shakers, all those things. So for 45 minutes, we experience music, and it's a very rich curriculum, especially because there are so many modes of music that are used. We don't just stick with, and this is kind of hard to explain, but we don't just stick with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's called, the major
Scale.
ionic scale. Yeah. We do other types of scales, and if you have a keyboard at home, try playing a scale on just the white keys, starting on a new spot. And every time you start on a new spot, you're getting a different mode, because those black keys are arranged differently each time you start, one section of the keyboard. So you're getting a whole different arrangement of half steps and whole steps. So, I can show you that on the uke.
Go ahead.
You want to see
like
that?
to?
Okay,
Of
sure.
course.
So, I'm just, as an example, I don't know if this will make sense, but, as an example, here's a C string, a C note. Here's a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But if I start on D, I could go do, 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 do. That's a whole different type of scale. Can you hear the difference?
Of course I do. And
Yeah.
how does that, in playing out and integrating it, maybe if you play a piece of music, of how that affects a child's development and their interaction?
Yeah, I
related to
don't
it?
think playing it right now would help, but I think if you think about it this way, say you just there are basically 6 or 7 different modes that we use in this program, and it's just giving your child a really wide selection of music. And once that's learned at a very young age, it's part of their experience. It's like learning a foreign language at a young age and having all these, languages or all these different kinds of words in your head and different accents. And, getting that at a young age, just like a foreign language, is much easier to incorporate in your life than if you learn something as an adult. So, I just learned the modes maybe, 20 years ago. I didn't really know much about them when I was a kid. But because I'm a full-time musician, I pretty much know them now.
And how do those modes, what does the difference that it makes on one's ability to listen, one's body and experience it, as well as from the brain perspective?
I would say it's there's a cultural perspective because a lot of other, music in other countries is based on different modes than ours. So you're giving your child all these different, beautiful textures and beautiful diversity of musical scales and musical songs. And you're giving your child that diversity at a young age where they can so that when they go to make up a song when they're 5 or 6 and they start singing their own songs, maybe when they're 3 and 4, I've seen 3 and 4-year-olds, singing little tunes and things. They're not just going to sing the tune in the major scale. They're going to sing da 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 da. That's a different type of mode, right?
Yes.
You might hear that in the Middle East. You might hear that in Greece, the Mediterranean. There are different modes around the world, so that it gives you a palette, of colors with which to create your own music. That's one thing. And the other is a cultural understanding, that you appreciate music around the world when you learn these modes. Then when you're older and you hear these, you hear music from another country, then it doesn't seem strange to you or weird, it's just kind of natural part of music.
Now, you've been working with this for many years. What has been the most profound difference that you've seen with children in those classes because you say that they come for a period of years and they're really involved? What are the differences that you see because you're watching them evolve through what you're doing?
I think it's easier for parents to see than me because they see the child even older than I do, and whether they have an affinity to music or not.
Do you get feedback from parents? What type of feedback do they share?
But it's a select group that feeds back. Sometimes you might say well, only the people who have good things to say will feed back to you. But I do hear that children love music. The parents tell me, he loves all the music. We still listen to all the CDs. We still listen to your CDs because I have my own CDs also. We've always loved that song. It's a part of our family. We sing in the car all the time. We go on car rides, and on this long trip, we went to Arizona, and we listened. We sang our music together, songs all the way, or whatever. It's just all kinds of richness musically in the family when you give your child this at a young age.
What is your most favorite part about teaching these classes?
Oh, well, my kids are grown up now, so I love, seeing the babies and toddlers. I love working with the parents also and seeing them enjoy music and seeing the children enjoy music. And, it's fun to sing. So we have a song and music together. We're doing it right now, and you've heard this one. I don't sing because I'm happy because I sing. And singing really just makes you happy, it kind of gets the endorphins going.
That would be a perfect one to play. Could you play that one? Because that is very uplifting.
Sure.
Would you like to? Because that would be...
If you look it up, I don't want to really do the song without saying who wrote it and everything. I can tell you that Jerry Dignan wrote the music to this song. It was taken from a quote. I don't sing because I'm happy. I'm happy because I sing. Does it say in the back of is there credits on the back of the book who wrote the
I'll
song?
look while you do it.
We can always add it at the end of the video. We can add the post-production credits, right? The songs. There it is, the songs. I'm happy because I sing. Right? Happy because I sing. I'll sing while you find the... Excuse me. I don't sing because I'm happy because I sing. I don't sing because I'm happy because I sing. Layla, 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 layla. I'm I'm happy because I sing. Hey la 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 la. I'm happy because I sing. And then we do, I don't dance because I'm happy because I dance. And I don't hug because I'm happy because I hug.
And
So,
it's called I'm Happy?
Happy because I sing.
Happy because I sing. So I don't see that in
it's
this
in there.
round of
Oh, because I sing. There it is.
Because I Sing. And that's by Jerry Dignan and arranged by
Kenneth
Gilmartin.
Yeah, and
Piano,
it's
bass, and drum.
based on a quote that they found. I don't sing because I'm happy because I sing. That's the quote, I believe.
Surely.
So,
and this brings
that was
out
a kind of a
very
slow version.
positive
Yeah,
feelings from
right.
children in learning about music and also the words that are connected with a number of the songs.
Yeah, many of the songs that we do are simple with not a lot of words. And then also many of the songs that we do have no words at all. And so, for instance, we would sing a song just on a syllable, like biddy biddy bum 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 bum, biddy biddy bum bum ba-dum ba-dum. And the reason we do so many of these songs is that children, pre-language children who aren't talking yet, can start making tones even though they're not talking yet. So they can develop tone and rhythm before they actually develop language. So they can sing biddy biddy bum bum, and you'll hear babies, 1-year-olds start singing these songs in kind of baby talk language. And the other reason I like this song, Happy Because I Sing, is because it reminds the parents of this beautiful, this fact that singing makes us happy, and dancing can make us happy, and hugging can make us happy. All those things are physical things that we do that can create, positive vibes in the body and endorphins in the body also. So.
And it was established, this program, about 35 years ago by two people who designed it, correct?
Yep.
Can you tell our audience a little bit about those?
I'll try to tell a little of what I know, but Kenneth Gilmartin is a musician in the New Jersey area, and Lily Levinowitz is a researcher and musician doing a lot of research on music and development, and they were teaching some classes together at the Young Children Center for Music and Young Children in Princeton, New Jersey, and kind of developing classes there. And she's mainly the research person, and he's mainly the music person. So the two of them work together, creating music that used different modes, like we talked about, used different rhythms also, and same thing with modes. Rhythms, having a variety of rhythms is really important for the young child. And so together they created this program, and it's been growing and growing and growing for over 35 years. And now it's, they don't even call it Music Together LLC. Now it's called Music Together Worldwide, because there are programs in Japan, England, Ireland, Italy, and many other places. I can't remember them all, but many of those people came to our conference. So now our conference is like this international conference where people from all around the world come, and they've actually put this collection out in different languages too, which is great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So when they did this and worked together, their whole impotence behind it was to create a program that was rich on really helping to develop the brain, and as well as to be an experience for children and parents or their caretakers that make them all connect through music and movement. So in a sense, bringing them all a sense of happiness and enjoyment. It's amazing you mentioned that I may be familiar, and I had the opportunity to go into your class to see what it's like, and it's very interesting to watch even the very, very little ones to see how they begin to move to the rhythm at a very, very young age. They're little pumpkins, and they're just there, and they're listening, and their bodies begin to sway and move, and how they literally catch on, and as it goes on with the other older ones in there, how they watch each other, they interact, they watch their parents. But what's interesting about this that makes it different, what makes this program different than any other music program out there for children at such a young age?
Well, I haven't seen them all, so
But
that's
from
a hard
those of you
question.
that know,
But I do love this program because I know the people who started it. I know the people who are running it. I know that they really, really care about children and people. You know, they're not just there to make money. You know, people are very, very, very dedicated to helping families with this program. And there are even programs now they're developing in Princeton and other areas for low-income schools and areas that can't afford this program. They're bringing it into preschools and trying to get funding and grants to bring it into schools that are not, in affluent communities too.
what's the most important information you'd want people to know about this Music Together program?
I think it's a really fun way to connect with your child and to have fun yourself as a parent.
Or child caretaker?
Yes, or caregiver. We have many caregivers in our program and grandparents who come. But yet it also supports all the learning that your child will be doing for the rest of their life. And music is such a life skill that, you're giving them this life skill that they can use all their lives to socialize with other people, to create happiness, to do good for other people too, which creates more happiness. So I think the Music Together program is really, really important. Also, a lot of the brain research says if you don't use, these connections in the brain, sorry, I don't know all the technical speech for it, but you lose them. Brain cells die off when they're not being used. So the more areas of the brain that you can develop for your child. And the thing about music and movement combined is that it affects you emotionally because it's music. It's happy, sad, it's got a feeling to it. It also helps you develop physically because of all the movement and the rhythm and really, the coordination that takes. And also cognitively because music is organized sound. So when sound is organized, your brain picks up on that organization, whether it's rhythm, whether it's tempo and timing and patterns. There are patterns of chords and patterns of rhythms that you're doing. It's so very very rich for children. So,
and they take those skills and can apply it to math and the sciences and arts and all different things because they're learning at a very young age.
Right.
Actually,
You're also
how
learning to listen, use your ears.
Exactly.
How to be aware of other people. The parents in this class are like, this class is like the perfect example of how to behave in a classroom because you have all these grown-ups listening to a teacher, and that's not something you just know how to do when you're 4 and you go to preschool. You've never experienced that before. You don't know what to do in a class. Like, hey, I'm going to go, knock over that block tower I see there. So it's really a really nice,
role modeling.
Role modeling. Yeah.
So they get a sense of an environment,
community setting. Yeah.
Which is wonderful. So our audience is going to get an opportunity to see what a classroom experience is like within this whole Music Together. Yeah. And also, if they wanted to learn more about it, what website can they go to?
I would go to musictogether.com. I think that has the most information on it about music and brain development and where you can find a class near you. It has a locator. You put your zip code in and you find out where the classes are. We have them here. I teach them in Nashua, but there's people that teach in Chelmsford and other places.
As well as other states, all around the United States, so which is important. Right. So music enriches us from the time that we're little, and actually they know in the womb a child responds, a baby responds to music, but also throughout one's life. And by having this experience at a very young age, it actually helps trigger, as we age, experiences that even in the older years, which I know you work with seniors, that it also helps them. And makes a difference to them. And also helps their brain to recognize rhythms and movements and music and songs that they may have forgotten other things via Alzheimer's or dementia or other things going on in their health and well-being, but the music, the rhythms, the tonations, all of that triggers within them a memory that makes them feel alive and brings them to alive. Enjoy the upcoming video, and thank you for being here.
Thanks so much. Thank you.